Welcome to Shooting It Straight with Stan. I'm your host, Stan, the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. Today's topic is traditional or reverse MYGA ladder strategies. So traditional laddering strategies with MYGAs or reverse MYGA strategies. So I'm going to explain both. Now, MYGAs, multi-year guarantee annuities, are the annuity industry version of a CD. The annuity company, life insurance companies issue annuities, they issue MYGAs, and they have a guaranteed yield for a specific period of time. If you want to go see the best live feed of MYGA rates for the country and your state specific, go to theannuityman.com and you can pull it up and shop until your heart's content. Don't have to sign up. You can just look at rates. But traditionally, we're looking at laddering MYGAs. We're doing a short-term ladder, say a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year ladder. Why are we doing that? We're hoping that rates go up. We're hoping to have money coming due and available as rates are rising so we can attach ourselves and lock in those higher rates. That's a traditional ladder, whether you're laddering CDs or bonds or multi-year guarantee annuities, MYGAs, fixed rate annuities. But ever since the interest rate rises started happening in October of 2022 in the MYGA space, I've been telling people, let's look at the reverse of that, because the great thing about MYGAs, as compared to a lot of CDs and bonds, MYGAs are not callable. And what does that mean? That means that once it's issued, that yield, that guaranteed annual yield that you've locked in, the annuity company can't call it back. They can't bring the money back and send it to you and say, we don't want to pay that high interest rate again anymore. So let me give you an example. Let's just say at the time of this taping, look at the date, and rates go down 3 percentage points 5 years from now. But you locked in a 9-year multi-year guarantee annuity. The annuity company can't say, well, rates are lower, so send us that money. We're going to take the money back. You got to go find something else, because CDs and bonds will, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them. With multi-year guarantee annuities, you've locked in that rate. So when I talk about reversing that, traditional laddering is let's catch rising rates. Reversing is let's lock in rates because they're going to be falling. So instead of doing a 3, 4, and 5-year traditional MYGA ladder, hoping rates rise, let's do a 10-7-5 or a 10-9-7 ladder to lock in the rates because they're not callable. Now, with multi-year guarantee annuities, you have a couple of ways that you can filter how you want to buy them. You could say, hey, I just want to lock and load, and I'm not planning on taking any interest out. It's just going to grow and compound. And by the way, you can use it, MYGAs in IRA money, non-IRA money, Roth IRA money. Doesn't matter, okay? The contractual guarantees are the same. But think about this for a second. Let's just say you went longer on the yield curve. The 10 is the longest we can go. 10-year lock-in, and rates go drastically down, and you've locked in this high rate, you're going to be a happy camper. Now, of course, there's people out there who say, but what if it goes way up? Well, if it goes way up, like Jimmy Carter way up interest rates back in the day, our country's in trouble because we got 32 trillion in debt. Last time that happened, we didn't have 32 trillion in debt. Think of your mortgage being raised. Think of you're raising your mortgage percentages, keep raising it. At some point in time, there's a breaking point. There's a breaking point with our country. We can't keep doing this. But to take advantage of it as a consumer, to protect your principal and lock in a guaranteed rate that's not callable, MYGAs make sense and laddering makes sense. And I know typically in some past videos I did, probably in 21 or 20, I was talking about laddering to catch rising rates. It's now we're at the high rates. Let's reverse the ladder and go longer on the yield curve. And that's hard for a lot of you. A lot of you say, I really don't want to go past 5 years. I really don't want to go past 3 years. I respect that. It's your money. Do what you want. But what I want to do is put something in your head and say, okay, if you instinctually feel that rates are going to go down, and I do, and maybe I'm wrong, but just I'm thinking rationally and pragmatically, and all of the economics classes I took in college, hopefully they apply. I think they're going to go down. So would it make sense? Would it behoove you to lock in a little bit longer? It says, so if five is the max, maybe 7. Or if 7 is the max in your head, maybe 10. Maybe lock in 10, or maybe split it. Maybe you go, you know what, Stan, it makes my stomach hurt, so I'm going to stay at the 5, but I'm going to put half in the 5-year and half in a 10-year. I don't think you're going to be mad. I don't think you're going to lob a call at me and yell at me. You can, I'll take it. But I don't think that's going to happen because these rates are fair. The bell doesn't ring at the top of the bottom. You know that. So you can't time it, and you can't watch Boog Powell. I call him Boog Powell because there was a baseball player for the Orioles called Boog Powell. Boog Powell and Miss Yellen, the Dutch boy haircut. You can't watch them. Who cares? Annuity companies don't, it's not linear. They're not watching them, you know, and following everything that they do. A lot of the MYGA rates come down to capacity and how much money is coming into the annuity companies and how much money they want to attract, meaning they'll raise the guarantees to attract that money. But if they're getting in enough money, they won't raise the guarantees. So it's not linear. A lot of times when Boog Powell raises interest rates, the annuity industry yawns. They're like, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's not, you can't time it. There's no sweet spot. There's no arbitrage moment. I know all you masters of the universe want it to be, and I get those questions all the time. There just isn't. You either think that the interest rate is fair or you do not. Now with MYGAs, you can do a couple things. Like I said previously, you can peel off the interest if you want. You can lock and load if you want. Some allow you to take 10% penalty-free interest out every year, some 5%, some the interest. And that's listed on my site at theannuityman.com. But what I want to kind of drill into your head is a little bit of a contrarian thought. You might want to go longer on the yield curve. You might want to lock in longer term paper, longer term guarantees with MYGAs because they aren't callable, because you can't have the contractual rug ripped out from underneath you, because, you know, the CDs and bonds, when rates go down, will be called, a lot of them. You want to have some of your money not callable. They can't get it. So if rates went in half from here and you have a non-callable MYGA, I mean, you're gonna reap the benefit. And that's what I want you to think about. Now, could rates go up from here? Sure, absolutely. It would surprise me if they drastically went up, but if they did, great. Then you get to buy higher rates. But I want you to think about reverse laddering strategies. Typical laddering strategies work all the time, and your time horizon might be short to make the short MYGA strategy make sense, the 3, 4, and a 5-year, like what we typically did years ago. But I think the new way to look at it is, you know, 1097 or 10987. Reverse it and go longer than you typically would. That's my take. MYGAs are not callable. MYGAs are the annuity industry version of a CD. MYGAs, if your duration you want to lock in is more than 3 years, historically, multi-year guarantee annuities will provide the highest contractual yield out there. If your duration that you're looking to lock in is less than 3 years, then go buy CDs and treasuries. And no, I don't sell CDs and treasuries, but that's the way it should work. All right. Hey, annuities aren't all lifetime income products. There are principal protection annuities like MYGAs that give you a guaranteed contractual annual yield, and that is a good thing. Take advantage of it. Go to my site at theannuityman.com. Schedule a call with us. You might actually get me, which would be just a hoot because I'm this wired when I call you, and I'll call you right on the dot when you schedule. So with that, I'll see you next time. Shooting it straight with Stan. My name is Stan, the Annuity Man.